Ah, chicken farmers in Asia, chicken farmers in Asia, take heart. These chicken diseases are part and parcel of human nature. It is because of the lack of thought of the person tending them. If the birds are happy, well, that's one thing. But if the birds are unhappy, it will not bring good fortune to those entrusted with their care. Chickens are like other scavenging animals, usually very dirty if they stay confined. Those who roam will be okay. The main thing is that they have to have fresh air and a little distance. The fresh air helps keep their lungs clean. Uh, that and the distance helps reduce the prospect of any sickness. Their droppings are good for crops, and for that reason the chicken coops should be put on wheels and moved through the fields a bit more every evening. Put a mesh at the bottom so their droppings can fall through right from their perches higher up. If you're a big farmer, just a little more work and your poultry will be the best around. Build a multi-stage parking lot out of reinforced concrete, but instead of cars, put in topsoil and plant it with turf. Put in fluorescent lighting regularly and make sure they keep moving. Manage the turf so that it stays healthy and keeps feeding them with what they like best. Besides seed, and that's nice juicy bugs. I knew all my chickens by name. I took care of chickens in a country place I was minding for a friend in the southern part of the northern island of New Zealand. The hens used to let me pat them. If, you know, in the morning I was sleeping late in my little apartment over there, because I was writing a book while I was there, they would all show up underneath my window and wake me up. They went all the way around the house to find my window. When I went on hikes on the hillsides, they would follow me until they forgot what they were doing and went back. But one duck, little Ducky, kept following me, though, right to the gate. And when I came back, little Ducky was still there waiting for me. I'll never forget when he finally learned to fly. I wasn't there, but Bob told me that he took off and never came back, like me. I always say, only a duck can fly information. One day we ran out of feed. The chickens were gathered around me with that dejected look. I said to Rudy the rooster, "Hey, Rudy, come over here and watch this." I went to the hillside and Rudy followed. I dug a little hole with my bare hand in the turf and sighed. And said, that's a typo, not sighed, and said, "Now, Rudy, we've got to find some food for everybody the natural way here. So all you have to do is scratch around and find some bugs." Rudy watched as I dug, and finding a sort of grub, I handed it to him, and he really snapped it up. So then everyone gathered round me, and I found another grub and gave it to Rudy. There you go, old buddy, now you try it. From that day on, they had it made. It was chicken paradise. They were self-sufficient. It got to the point where they began to turn down. Yeah, it got to the point where they began to turn down the chicken feed. Those guys were something else, man. I remember one time I tried flying a kite out there. It scared the crap out of them. Well, not literally, but they thought it was a hawk or something, because stayed in one place. They were a trip. They were really great little guys. I remember the time I was trying to teach little Ducky and White Ducky how to swim. I put feed down in a line from their coop to a board crossing the pond, going across the pond. The feed stopped halfway across the board. To my surprise, when I came out later, Rudy the rooster was out on the board getting the last of the feed and impressing the hens. He was quite a character. Now, you see, folks, since I kind of figured out this, my live webcam updates get cut off because probably something to do with the slow connection. Right now, we're averaging about anywhere from 100 to 1,000 kps. That should be pretty good. But when it gets down to usually 100 kps, well, I mean, it's like you got to clean some dishes because you're on KP. But anyway, it tends to chop off about a minute and a half, of the video. So in this, I'm doing a little experiment where I'm going to read the text over again and see how long we last. We'll see if I'm able to, by going a little longer, extending the time. I'm not describing it very well, but anyway. Chicken farmers in Asia, take heart. The Asian chicken farmers had a lot of problems with their chicken, it's NH viruses and avian virus that came out, the flu. So a lot of this has to do with proxemics, how close things are together. Chicken farmers in Asia, take heart. These chicken diseases are part and parcel of human nature. Was the avian flu, the super bug, the super virus, was that caused by the birds? No, it was caused by human beings. Stupid, idiotic, unintelligent, asinine human beings who think more is better, and then with heartless human nature, they just cram this, they coop the birds up and cram them together. And they have farms, in out there in Asia, where they have places where they have mastered the ability to produce huge flocks of birds. In this case, not really chickens, but I think it was geese or something, ducks. And the ducks were near swine pens, and so the virus spread from the ducks to the swine, and from the swine to the human beings. Hence the scare of swine flu. It's like, I mean, what the heck? What's wrong with these guys? Can't they see that, or are they doing it on purpose?